Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a unique, loquacious, very interesting person with us today, and the man has been all over the world. He's wrestled everywhere, and he certainly is a man of he's a style maker. He does his own thing, and it seems the rest of the world just follows him. May I introduce Mr. Ox Baker?
You know, the other night, my opponent, they carried him to the dressing room after I knocked him down. He was crying and moaning. He wanted someone to touch his body. And I said, don't worry, fella. You wrestled the best there is, the fantastic Ox Baker. You know, 20 years ago, this man here knocked me down and said, Ox, you're going to have to learn. So I got this heart punch, and for 20 years, I've been knocking people down. And I've been enjoying every minute of it. Now, there's a new era of wrestling, and Ox Baker, again, has to prove he's the greatest wrestling machine put together. Now, these young kids, you seen this little musclehead was out here a second ago. He's showing his muscles to all the goofy women out there. Well, I don't show my muscles to anybody. I don't go out to the snotty-nosed kids and sign their autographs. I go out there and beat somebody up. I've learned it for 20 years to knock somebody down and then kick them in the face to make sure they stay down. Yes, wrestling is a tough business. And if you don't want to put out, if you don't want to lose a tooth the odd night, 19 teeth were knocked out of my mouth the first year that I wrestled. But did I quit or go home to my mother and do the dishes with her? No. I stayed in wrestling because I like to beat people up. I stayed in wrestling because I could prove to myself I could get arrested for what I do inside of the ring if I did it outside of the ring. But I do it in a square circle. I don't care if these muscleheads, these good-looking kids with their medals, all I tell them is, if you want to get knocked down, if you want to get punished, if you want to feel this hard punch upside of your body, then step in the ring with Ox Baker. I wish you still had your trunks. But I want to tell you people something. This is a new era of wrestling, and Ox Baker is still here. Yes. They say they got some tough competition here. I could name 100 names, but I'll tell you right now, the toughest man in wrestling is standing right in front of this TV. And if I have to prove it, if I have to walk over somebody's body, if I have to knock somebody down and rip a tooth out of his body, that's exactly what I'll do. Because one thing that Ox Baker has been doing for 20 years, and I'll do it for 20 more years, and I want you all to listen. I don't want you to turn your TV set off. I don't want you to get your comic books with peanut butter. I love to hurt people.
I think he does, and thank you very much. You've heard from Ox Baker, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you, he's been a big, tough man. He's hurt a lot of people in wrestling with that hard punch.
Yes, he has. He's actually killed 2 people, and this is a strange thing because I've wrestled all my life, and I've never, witnessed anyone really being killed as a wrestler. And this fellow seems to enjoy doing it, and he likes to put people out of commission so they're out of the wrestling game.
Well, you know, he brags. He loves to hurt people. Well, I've seen him hurt people, and if anyone can do it, this Ox, he's a formidable opponent and a guy that I'm going to have to keep my eye out for.
Well, you really must, because he's got a really cute shot. He isn't that fast, and doesn't move around like some of the youngsters. But if he gets that shot in on you, you've got a problem.
You're hurting, that's for sure. And I'll tell you, this Ox, he puts that hammer down on you in the chest there, you know you've been hit.
He's heavy, over 300 pounds.
That's right. You said he's not fast, but he doesn't need to be fast as big as he is. That's
bulldozer.
Sure. That's right.
Certainly is.
Oh.
And I don't know why he relishes it, but he likes to get the youngsters, the young boys that really probably could develop into something really worthwhile, and he likes to put them out of commission and discourage them.
That's right, and that, it's bad for the wrestling because you got young guys who are excited about wrestling. They get in with a guy like this, and
it's disillusion them, sure.
That's right. Oh, man. Look at his chest.
He's really hammering this man. I mean, it's just pink, ready for the blood to come up.
Yeah. Did you see the hard punch?
I saw it.
That's
exactly.
Raise
the arm, right.
That's exactly. Oh,
again,
twice.
The same shot right there. That's bad. Bad news.
Well, the Ox won, but I'll tell you, with that hard punch, it really doesn't
Yeah, Oxbaker won the match, but I'm like you, I'm not proud of him.
He could have cradled him or slammed him or something. He didn't have to use the
They
heart
kept
punch.
stomping him in the same area, in the heart area there, which is not a very good thing to do, because he could put the man away.
Yes. Well, Lou.
Exactly what's going to happen to you.
Well, he's always challenging me, but we'll bypass that and we'll get on to the next matches. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that it's a pleasure to introduce this new guest, old guest, whatever, but I'm going to introduce him anyway, Mr. Oxbaker.
You know, the promoter just came up to me with his silk shorts on and said, Ox, if I knew that you was a loudmouth that you were, I might have not have signed a exclusive contract. But he did. He signed the fantastic Oxbaker to a contract so, again, I can beat somebody up. Twice in the last 20 years, I've hit people and they died in the ring. That's the kind of meanness that Oxbaker has. You know, this Phillips came in the dressing room a few minutes ago, wanted me to teach him a wrestling hold. Well, I need him. I don't want people in the dressing room talking to me. I'm not here to help young kids learn how to wrestle. Now, if he said he wanted to be mean and slap his mother, I'd have showed him a couple of holds. You know, Oxbaker's been in wrestling 20 years, and it's not been easy. I've had to take punishment over the years that you wouldn't believe, but I took that punishment. Yes, I dish out punishment in that ring. I show people that it's not all fun and games, that you just don't buy a $5 pair of shoes and a pair of trunks and call yourself a wrestler. You've got to be mean, you've got to be tough. Can you imagine a few minutes ago, this here guy with all the muscles? Someone should have blew his nose. He was crying up there, Paul Christie put the sleeper on me. Look, boy, if you can't take it, you never turn your back on anybody. I don't like anybody in wrestling. Nobody says they're a friend of Oxbaker. I'm not in it to make friends. Don't come up with your mother in a wheelchair or your little kids looking for autographs, because I don't give autographs. The only thing that I do, I knock people down. And Spike Huber, you talk about a contest for that heavyweight belt. Spike, I was not in that contest. I think this lousy promoter, who doesn't like me one bit, just gave you that belt. But somewhere down the line, you got to get that body of yours in a ring with me, and I'm going to beat you for that belt, because the greatest wrestling machine should be in wrestling. I talk about dishing out punishment. I want to show you how I take punishment. Can you take a chair like this here and bang it out on your head? Well, I can. Yes, I hurt people, and I take punishment. 19 teeth and knock. You knocked a few out, Lou Thesz. But one thing I do, I raise this hard punch and knock the breath out of their body, because I love to hurt people, and I'm going to hurt you, Spike.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard and also seen Oxbaker, a unique character, if nothing else.
I hate you.
Thank you very much.